Good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this, I guess. It's bloody cold, that's for sure. So today I thought I'd touch on cinematic drone footage. I'm just gonna run through 5 very simple movements on the sticks, what you can use to get that cinematic footage, to give you the cinematic movements for your next video. Now, something you can get for your drone before you even start doing anything else, and before you even actually start learning how to fly the drone, is to get yourself some variable ND filters. The ones I use for my drone are from Polar Pro, but you can get different brands, and you need to make sure you get the right one for your drone because each drone has a different camera, and each camera is obviously a different size. Using a variable ND filter will allow you to ensure that the exposure is correct without having to mess around with the 180 rule, being your shutter speed and your frame rate. The last thing you want to do is mess around with your motion blur and end up with this horrible, stuttery, shitty footage which doesn't look that good. So let's just stop wasting time and let's just get the drone in the air. So the first move is an orbit. So we're going to use this tree over here, and all you need to do is, if you want to orbit to the right, then you want to move your right stick to the right and then move your left stick to the left, so opposite directions, and vice versa. So if you want to go to the left, you move your right stick to the left and your left stick to the right. And there we have a simple orbit. So next up, we're going to have a top-down shot, and we're going to rise and maybe add a little bit of spice in with a twist. So what you want to do is tilt your camera all the way down so it's at 90 degrees and then go above your subject. You want to line your subject up so it's perfectly in the middle. What you want to do is push up on your left stick so you increase the height of the drone, and as you do that, you can also take that left stick and move it slightly to the left to add a twist to the left or to the right. If you wanted to, you could also do that in reverse. So you want to pull the stick down and then bring it to either the right or bring it over to the left. Drone movement 2 complete. So the next one is very similar to what we've just done. It's going to be a top-down follow shot. For this, we don't really have a subject because I'm just on a very empty road at this moment in time. But let's say you were following yourself or a car or somebody or just something, a moving subject. What you want to do is get to the height that you want. I normally have the subjects perfectly in the middle and kind of follow the road, so the road would be straight up and straight down. Hit record, and then simply with your right stick just move forwards or backwards, left and right, and follow the road. This shot can also be used if you want to reveal something in your frame. So if you point your camera straight down off the subject and then move on top of the subject, then obviously you'll be revealing it. That makes sense, right? So for the next one, we're going to just simply tilt upwards. What you want to do is point the camera down to around 30 to 45 degrees and then use your right stick, push forward so you move the drone forwards, and as you get up to speed, you want to just bring that camera really, really slowly upwards so you reveal the subject, the landscape. And a nice little bit of seasoning I add to this shot is get fairly low to the ground. If you're closer to the ground, then the ground seems to give the effect of going by faster, so it makes the drone feel like it's going faster over the edge of the cliff or something like that. Or in this case, just some farmland, which isn't as exciting. So on to the last one. What we're going to do is just a simple rise up and camera tilt down. So what you want to do is get your subject into the center of the screen and then push the left stick up so you increase the height of the drone, and then slowly bring your camera down. The last little bit of spice I like to add to this kind of move is to pull out of the scene as I'm doing this. So all you need to do is, as you're pushing up on your left stick and bringing the camera down, you just want to pull back on your right stick just to bring the drone back. And there we have 5 very simple, easy ways to add a cinematic movement to your drone footage. Obviously, these are just 5 simple movements, and you can actually combine these as much as you want. It's always nice to add a third dimension into it. For instance, as you're doing an orbit, you can increase the height or decrease the height, add a little bit of the camera tilt into that. The world is literally your oyster when it comes to drone videography. So get out there, like I am right now, grab a drone, and get out there and film some stuff and enjoy it, and most of all, don't get told off by anybody. Cool, thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.